this, a lot of it has to do with the different type of water temperatures you have throughout the year, water levels, sort of like the stage that the fish are in. But out of my experience and all the years I got fishing, here's sort of what I have found about it. Wintertime and summertime, those two seasons, which is, 6 months out of the year, those are when weather patterns have the least amount of effect on fish. In other words, they don't really do a lot of different stuff if it's raining or something. For example, if it's August or something, and say a big thunderstorm rolls through in August, which is rare, but it happens, those fish aren't going to just immediately make a move and start biting because it's raining. And it's the same in the wintertime. It's like if you have some type of a weather pattern in the wintertime, fish don't really do much different. It's like, and I think a lot of it has to do with those two temperature extremes. The temperature extremes and the mood of the fish at the time don't make them react to weather as much. They're pretty consistent day in and day out. I don't care what the weather is. Now, the 2 times a year that they are biggest, the weather plays the biggest impact that you'll know right off the bat is in the spring and the fall time of the year. Which we'll talk about fall in a later video, but in specifically the month of March, I have found is the most weather sensitive month of the entire year. I don't really know for sure why that is. I just know it is. I know it's a reality from fishing for decades and decades. I've seen this reproducible pattern, and probably a combination, like I said, of water temperatures, time of the day, the sort of the stage the fish are in, pre-spawn, in and around the spawn. There's different things that affect that. But I can tell you right off the bat, guys, when there's a bad cold front that goes through in the month of March, it has the biggest impact that I have ever seen on a fish. And also, if you have a prefrontal condition, it also has a big impact on the fish in a positive light. So there's 2 different scenarios here that you're going to deal with. In March, especially towards mid and late March, when it starts to get a little warmer, that is when you start having those more impactful cold fronts that come through. A little bit of severe weather, maybe southern part of the country, you start to get severe storms or something. But here's what you're going to notice in the month of March. Once that water temperature starts to get into the 50s, anytime that you have some type of a prefrontal condition, and I don't mean like a front is it's right ready to roll through. I'm talking about, let's say you're watching the weather and there's a frontal system, 500 miles west of where you live at. Every single day as that frontal system approaches your area, you're going to start noticing it. You're going to have normally you're going to have a little bit increase in the wind speed. The winds are predominantly going to be coming